Hello, it's Scott, and I am the Wandering Aspie. And today I'd like to talk a little bit more about some of the art that I do on my YouTube channel at the moment. Uh, the first upload that I ever did was a video I put together um, with some of my art from 2016, 2017. Today I'd like to talk a little bit more about some of the current pieces that I've done. I currently, here in my apartment, probably have about 35 pieces I have done that are kind of sitting here. Um, I bust them out 2 or 3 times a week. Uh, Not really going anywhere. I do sell them. I have sold about 45 canvases in the last 4 years. It's not my job, but I do it on the side, mostly friends and family, a lot of family, friends. Recently I've been doing some custom pieces that are bigger, 24 by 36 canvas. That's a pretty big size canvas. The closest I have that would be that size right now. This is a 18 by 36, 18 by 24 canvas board, and you can see it's very thin. I use these. I can manipulate this a lot quicker if I'm having a piece that I want to be really expressive. However, the downside of canvas boards are they don't stick very well up. They tend to warp a little bit, and you need a frame. I don't frame them. If I'm going to do a canvas board for somebody, they're going to frame it themselves. Um, I have other canvas boards that I'll show you here in a moment. I will make a note that my art evolved out of my inability to process emotions. I am on the autism spectrum with a diagnosis of autistic disorder, um, and I also had uh, a speech difficulty. I did not learn to, well, I did not speak until I was 3 years old, and it took me about 10 years to learn how to talk somewhat normally. You can tell from my speech that I have a little bit difficulty to understand me. So art was a way to say, hey, this is how I feel. This is what I want to do. These are my dreams. These are my goals. Oftentimes I could put it down on canvas. Let me show you here the piece. This is kind of an anger piece. This is this was the medium to express how my anger is. So when I could do this piece and then I could look at it and I could tell you. Whereas if I had not a painted piece, expressing my anger would be more stimulatory behavior, stimming. I would flap, not necessarily flap my hands, but I'll flap. Uh, yes, I flap my hands. Um, but there's other things that I do. I tend to bounce on my feet if I'm angry. So this helped. Uh, hey, I'm angry, and this is how I feel. So that's one piece. A couple of the other ones that I do is this was another. This was called Fiery State, and I don't think it's necessarily an autism related thing, but my anxiety is rather high. I tend not to go out to very many places, so I was having an anxious day, and this piece came out. I did it this way. It kind of burned in me, and I needed to get it out, and it felt good to release that on the canvas. This piece I will not sell. Um, I keep it in my living room. I'd like to look at it often because that's sometimes how I feel. Uh, so there's another piece here. Sorry, that kind of represents um, summertime for me. The red streak in there was kind of added for after effect. This was part of a mood series that I did. There was 4 pieces that I wanted to do: spring, summer, fall, winter, and this is the summer piece. The other 3, uh, a person liked them enough that they bought that. However, I don't want to sell this one because this was the very first one that I did in that series, and I kind of got the inspiration. it's winter time now, but if you look outside my window here, you can see I live by a river, and there's some trees and grass and stuff back. And in the summertime, that looks very cool. And so that piece, this one here, kind of saw it outside there and thought, well, I'll put together a mood series starting with summer. Um, so this piece over here is a passion piece. Now, red usually means pain or hurt. Not in this piece because it's combined with purple, and it's probably going to look blue on the tablet there. But this is purple, and this is a passional piece. Um, I have a very deep desire to help other adults and children and teens on the autism spectrum, and so when I feel like I want to help somebody, this kind of portrays how I feel. It also has a dreamer quality to it. I used water. I sprayed the canvas down first with water, and then I put the purple on there, and it blended in really well. And then I used the red ones, the red paint later as kind of spikes of I really want to do this. So that actually can be portrayed that way too. But that's a passion state. One of the things I really like to do. These next two pieces are called life mazes. Now, they look really easy. There's squiggly marks on. This is cardstock. I do them on canvas boards and full canvases. This is a rag, and this one is two colors here. We got blue and green. And they're in the frame right now. The frame is I glued it into the frame, but a little bit about life mazes are unique pieces. When I do one to give, I usually give them as gifts to friends and family, sometimes strangers. A life maze is unique. There's no two lives similar, so there will be no two life mazes the same. So you're getting a unique piece of art, and the squiggly marks kind of represent every person, every place that you go to in a day kind of shapes you, kind of changes you. So you're never going to have a straight line in life. People have tried, you're just never going to have a straight line. So in your life maze, there is never going to be a straight line. And sometimes I get pretty crafty. I don't have it in these pieces, but I'll put my name, I'll put Scott in there somewhere, kind of squiggly marked in there, not too often. Some of the other things that I do with my art, I do use an easel. I have an easel for the larger pieces. I like to use markers. If I'm going to do cardstock, definitely markers are the way to go. These are fine tip markers for really fine lines. Sometimes it's hard to deal with because they're too fine. But then I have markers, and you can use Sharpies. Sharpies are fun to do, and I found though cardstock only, because if you use it on a canvas, as you can see in this life maze, and you might not see it very well, but it starts to fade over time. And I don't do that anymore. I use paint for my canvases, and actually I use paint markers. Now these work really good. So you got the diversity of the marker, but you got the permanent of the paint. And you can get these over at Hobby Lobby, $3 a piece. So you can buy lots of them, and you can make it just for art projects throughout the day too. So I use those things. I got my trusty water bottle here, and you spray the. Lately, I've been spraying the canvases down. It gives me a lot watery type canvases, signatures, and stuff, and I like that. Now I have a couple different kinds of paint. Now I like to use the smaller tubes. I can buy 50 of these if I want. It's easy to use, carry with me if I'm going to go somewhere and paint outside of my little apartment here. But if you're going to get a custom piece, I always like to buy better stuff. So I've been buying these Master Touch, Fine Touch tubes of paint. These are much more heavy, much more broader. Um, I can put that on the canvas, and it's pretty bold colors. So it looks really nice. And I use a couple of different things. I like to use these rollers. I find rolling out the canvas, on the canvas body. There's all sorts of ways you can go and make different things. I also use sponges. This one is well used. I have to get some new sponges soon. There's this one, and then there's these kind of sponges too. And as you can see, they're pretty well worn because I use a lot of them. and you can get these $6-7 at any hobby craft store. I like to keep 4 or 5 of them on hand just in case I want to dabble some. I think I have a piece. Yeah, this piece here goes to show you, like, sponges will give you, I don't know if you can really see it in there, but you can kind of see a dab of that like a porous looking color on there, because that's from how the when you apply the sponge on wet paint, you leave marks. It's kind of cool. And I also have been trying, soon to be trying some oils. Right now it's all acrylics. I haven't played around with any watercolors or pastels. I like to have, when I'm having an emotional outburst, I like it to be done right away. So acrylic is the way to go. Oils, I have some, but I haven't really figured that out yet. Not quite sure if I'm going to play with those or not. But hopefully in another video coming soon, I'm going to do a paint. I'm going to do a canvas. I'm going to do a 9x12 and water it down. I'm going to show you how that works out. But I would like to thank you for watching today, and please like and subscribe to my channel.